This is the Crimson Recap on the SVI Sports Network. Focus on Star Valley High School sports, scores, and highlights from the previous week. The Crimson Recap is presented by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free checking, with local branches in Afton and Alpine, and online at gofirstbank.com. And now, here's your host of the Crimson Recap, Jake Hibbard.
Hey, another edition of the Crimson Recap. I'm Jake Hibbard, and we had a great week that was in Star Valley Athletics. Stay tuned for what might be the dunk of the year in all of Wyoming basketball coming your way by way of Simon Gaskell. Make sure to stay tuned for that as we had cross-quadrant play. Yeah, not a croissant. No, cross-quadrant play. I'm glad I don't have to say that again this year because it's all over. And for the Star Valley boys, well, they finished out that cross-quadrant 4-0 and get back into Southwest play this weekend against rivals Jackson on Friday and Evanston on Saturday. As for the Star Valley girls basketball program, not to be, they go 0-2, but a great overtime near miss against Kelly Walsh that we'll show you. And, of course, that wrestling duel against Evanston as well. Star Valley comes into the weekend looking to go undefeated in the 4A West quadrant play, cross-quadrant play that is. We have Kelly Walsh first on Friday. And it was a low-scoring game to start off the first quarter, just 1 point differential before that Cooper Lancaster to Max Jensen steal and scoop. Very next play after that Jensen layup, wild throw. Jensen gets the tip off to the races. He lays it in, and Star Valley would go on a 16-0 run to make it 29-12. We were at 33-17 at the end of the first half. Wouldn't stay that far away, though, as we jump ahead to late in the fourth quarter. Kelly Walsh climbed back to within 5, and it's now a 6-point game. Just one try left to get that 2-possession down to 1 possession. 3 ball missed by Kelly Walsh. Rebound Star Valley, and the Braves would go on to win this one. After the game, though, Coach Shumway shared his thoughts.
A way to win, so that's obviously a positive. Great first half, but I didn't feel like our energy is where it needed to be. Our focus wasn't very good either. Kelly Walsh plays a little slower tempo, and Rock Springs plays really fast. So if we aren't ready to play hard and play a little more focused, it'll be a track meet.
And we would get a little bit of a track meet on Saturday as we have a steal up ahead. Boston James looking for Goodness O'Care. No good. Up ahead to P.J. Horsley. And track meet or not, Star Valley looking all right. Horsley finished with a game-high 17 points, one of 4 Star Valley boys in double figures. And it's how you finish, not how you start in this play. Simon Gaskell starts off getting his pocket picked by James, goes to the ground. James up ahead, bounces it forward, a miss. Now, where's Simon Gaskell, you may ask? Well, there he is. And a boom! Slam dunk on the other end. Ends up on the ground to start things off. Sends them down to the ground to finish things off. Now, there was a technical foul as we catch the replay on that dunk on the follow-through. But sometimes a dunk forgives all. And Star Valley would go on to run away with this victory, 70-51. A bit of a track meet, but Star Valley showed they were up to the challenge. And they'll be off to Jackson this coming Friday and then back at home against Evanston as we go back into 4A Southwest play. Star Valley on an 11-game winning streak. Now let's jump to wrestling, where on Thursday it was an old rivalry renewed with Star Valley and Evanston taking the mats for both boys and girls. We start off on the boys' side, where you have at 144 pounds, Ty Thompson getting a fall over Kyson Hamilton. Up next, it was Porter Merritt at the 150-pound division. 5 seconds before the end of the first round, he comes away with a pin as well over Jackson Hayter. Star Valley came away with the win, 55-19 overall. Dominant match start to finish. Up next, you'll see right here, Easton Smith in the heavyweight division over sophomore Waylon Martinson. He got his fall on that flip 10 seconds before the end of the second round. Other winners for Star Valley in the duel, you had Cooper Burke over Bridger Roberts by a major decision at 157 pounds. Grant Thompson, a narrow 5-4 decision over Aiden Lichty. And right there you saw Tel Perry get Ryder Wilson on his back and trying to flail out like a horse stuck in a stable. Not to be, and the third round fall for Tel Perry against Star Valley wins that duel over Evanston 55-19. In the girls' duel, it came out even. 18 points for Evanston, 18 points for Star Valley. We take a look at Shaylee Kuntz with the fall midway through the first round over Harley McDonald. Cashley Hepworth picked up a forfeit win for Star Valley. And then Kaya Allred with a quick pin to start off the third round over Lisbeth Heredia for Evanston. Evanston picked up their 18 points through 2 decisions and 2 falls. Finally, we jump back to basketball where it was a tough 0-2 weekend for the Star Valley girls against Kelly Walsh in Rock Springs. We catch you into this game late into the third quarter where Kenley Engelhardt gives a little Mutombo impersonation. Great block by Engelhardt. She had a couple in the game. Blocks, that is. Boom! See you later. Unfortunately, it stayed with Kelly Walsh's possession on that. Back to Engelhardt as we got into overtime against Kelly Walsh. And look at that to make it a 1-point game. Kenley with the little slide to the right. You think I'm going to finish right? No, I go with my left hand. That's how I like it. After that, though, a 3-point game. Kelly Walsh with a minute and a half. Peyton Hill cuts inside on the left block, drop step, somehow got that shot to fall, and that looked like it would be enough. Kelly Walsh up by 6 points here with 12 seconds left. A tipped ball back to Star Valley, back to Kelly Walsh, back to the baseline. A travel called on Kelly Walsh. So one more chance for Star Valley, down 6, 8 seconds left. Ball poked away. Kelly Walsh comes away with it. And that was all she wrote. At home, not quite enough. And Kelly Walsh comes away with the OT victory. And then Rock Springs would be in command the entire way on Saturday, 41-29 over the Braves. Now let's look at what's coming up for this week in Star Valley Athletics. On Thursday, we have indoor track at Simplot at Idaho State University. That will continue on Friday and Saturday as well. Also on Friday, girls regional wrestling will begin at Riverton and conclude on Saturday. And girls and boys basketball for Star Valley is on the road for the Snake River Shootout, 6 o'clock and 7:30 for the girls and boys at Jackson. Saturday, as we have boys regional wrestling at Kelly Walsh and girls regional wrestling at Riverton finishing up, the girls and boys basketball teams will be back at home to take on their rival Evanston. 2 o'clock tip for the girls, 3:30 for the boys. And that's it for me. I'll see you next Monday with another edition of the Crimson Recap.